Okay, so we live in the year 2025.
We
So
do.
for a while, we have lived in a post-apocalyptic hellscape where it is impossible. You cannot find things as soon as they come out. It does not happen. Switch Mini or NES Mini, Super Nintendo Mini, the great PlayStation 5 war killed many people. Less
did.
so with the Xbox, but it still claimed a few lives.
Some people still wanted one.
Well, I mean, I wanted one, but I got it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Once the thing, the
Yeah,
PS5 was like
it wasn't
fighting a
hard
war.
to get.
It wasn't, yeah. I went to Microsoft's website and I ordered an Xbox. That's how I got that. Do we think that the Switch 2 is going to be impossible to get when it comes out?
So I'm sure you've heard the rumors that part of the reason why it's taken so long is because Nintendo wants to make sure they have enough of a
Wishful
stockpile.
thinking. Nobody knows this.
I just have a feeling it's gonna be hard to get.
You think so?
I kind of do.
Maybe. Possibly. I don't think it will. I think the PS5 was unparalleledly hard to get. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's not
going to
be PS5 hard, straight up.
Yeah.
I think it might be harder than Xbox Series X, though.
Really?
I do. And I only say that, here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're probably going to do like waves of pre-orders. Like there's going to be a wave,
Perhaps.
and the first one's going to be impossible, but they're going to have like another wave up until launch. That's kind of what I'm anticipating.
Well, I really want to go to a midnight launch. I almost don't want the system if I can't get it on midnight the day it comes out.
You can still pre-order it and get it at midnight, but you want to just walk in and get one, right?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I'm open to pre-ordering this. It's
Okay.
just that I would like to have it on midnight the day it comes out. Because well, you brought that up because that's how I got the first Switch. I did not have a pre-order. I was like, all right, I'm leaving the house tonight and I'm going to get a Switch. And it wasn't that hard. Like GameStop didn't have Switches, but the next place I went to was Walmart, and this is about 9 p.m. There was already a line of about 10 people, and I'm like, hey, is that for the Switch? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, if I don't have a pre-order, like, could you hook me up? And they're like, dude, we get tons of them. I'm like, sweet. So I got in line. I waited till midnight.
Can I ask where you were living at the time?
This was in between places. I still technically lived in New York, but I did buy the Switch in Florida. I was in Florida.
Okay. You mind me asking where in Florida?
This was Kissimmee, the Walmart off 129 or 192 if you go like west outside the city a little bit.
See, I don't know if it's harder to get one outside of a big city or easier. Like, there's more people, but there's also more supply.
Yeah.
So
trade-off, I'm not sure. I know. Okay, I have another midnight shenanigans story. So
let's hear it.
I used to work at a Subway, and most of the time I was the person who closed the store. That was normally what I did.
Okay.
And we closed at 10 p.m., which is when GameStop closes, or they closed at like 9.
Right.
So if I wanted to get a game, I either had to like sneak it in before I went to work, or I would have to get it after. The day the first Splatoon came out, I was so excited for it that I had actually like taken off the next 2 days just to play Splatoon.
Okay.
And I really wanted it when I got out of work, but for whatever reason, I didn't get it before. So, well, to get it before, it's weird. I seriously had to drive about 40 minutes outside of my way to get it, like, before work. Like, if I were to do something before work, which is a big ask if you're about to go into work, right?
Yeah.
So, that night, I went to, like, 5 different Walmarts just looking for Splatoon, and eventually I got it.
Okay.
So that was
Splatoon 1, correct?
Yes, the first one.
Yeah.
That was probably the most successful like game hunting story
Of your life?
Probably, yeah. I'm just like, well, dude, I'm gonna get it. I don't care how. And I just kept going to Walmart's until eventually they're like, all right, here you go.
See, I didn't know Splatoon was even a hard one to get.
I don't think it was. It was just that everything was closed because it was 10 p.m.
Gotcha.
I lived in the middle of nowhere. This was a city of 19,000 people. That's where I worked. That has no suburbs. So like they had one Walmart and they didn't have it. So I had to drive an hour to another city with about 25,000 people that
Small
had
town
one Walmart,
problems.
and they didn't have it. And then I'm like, fuck it. And then I went to Syracuse and I went to a few of them. And that was what was considered a big city where I'm from, even though it's really not.
You think there's going to be a bundle Switch and a non-bundle version?
That's a very good question. It goes counter to what Nintendo has like ever done. Really? Can you think of a time that they've done that?
That they've done one with a bundle?
Like right when the system comes out, they typically don't do like one has a game and one doesn't. I can't remember a time where they've done that. Maybe like the NES, like the
That's
NES
true.
did that.
There's been, I'm thinking multiple SKUs. Like the Wii U had 2 SKUs.
Yeah,
but it didn't come with a game, I don't think. It was just 50 gigs more memory, right?
Did the upgraded one come with Nintendo Land? I'm not sure.
I have to correct this. 50 gigs more storage. Cringe.
Mine, I didn't get the Wii U the day it came out. I got it a little later, and mine came with a new Super Mario U.
Okay.
That was what came with mine.
Yeah, you're right. Usually like holiday, the next holiday, they might have a bundle. Maybe even the first holiday. Like Switch had a holiday bundle, right?
Yeah. Like I know somebody who just bought one with Mario Kart 8. You think it'll come with Mario Kart 9?
I don't know, actually. It all comes down to what the launch lineup is going to be. Because, like...
Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know.
Yeah,
anything.
Switch 1 had 1-2 Switch. And I have a list here.
Have you ever played that?
Yes.
Really?
You?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. It never got cheap.
You're right. No, Nintendo never drops their prices, basically ever, unless they add a big ugly red border on the game art. Then it's a lower price. Yeah.
Sometimes the market value lowers enough that you can get it used for a good price, but that didn't happen with 1-2 Switch. It's still like $50.
Yeah, that's crazy because so many copies of that were sold.
Well, were they? Were they really?
But yeah, I have it here. The big ones: 1-2 Switch, Just Dance 2017, Breath of the Wild, Skylanders Imaginators, Super Bomberman R, I Am Setsuna, and Snipper Clips. Snipper Clips seem to be like the one everyone else wanted in addition to Breath of the Wild.
Well, that was digital only at first. That wasn't physical.
It was.
So that I didn't even really count that. That came out later physically.
But I guess, launch window possibilities, there's Mario Kart 9. I could even see it not launching with Mario Kart 9 though.
It's hard to say what the pack-in is going to be when we don't know any of the games.
Yeah.
How did you get your Switch?
I pre-ordered my Switch at Target.
Oh. I thought it took you like a couple weeks to get it.
It did, because like I said earlier, there were waves. Like I missed, I think, the very first wave. Like I legitimately could not get one. And then in another wave, I remember I was following multiple threads where people were like, they've got them up here. I swooped in and I got one at Target, and I got the gray one. I wanted the blue and red one, the colored one. But I didn't want to go back and change my cart. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I guess
I was so far. I was like, I just need to guarantee that I've got one. I
so you were doing the
play
digital
Breath of the Wild.
You were doing the PS5 hell. That's what you were doing for your Switch.
Yeah, that's. Okay. But the way you described it, like, I didn't try going at midnight because I just didn't see it as a realistic possibility. I did not think there would be any extras.
For once in my life, I'm the dreamer. I'm the naive one that paid off. Normally, I'm the doomer about these things. But on that night, I was like, no, I'm gonna get a Switch. It's gonna happen, and it did.
Yeah, and you know what? I miss them. I miss midnight launches being a thing because they were already kind of dead in 2017.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was great. We all played Mario Kart 7 on a 3DSs. Just
I mean, I've got my 3DS right here, baby.
That was the last hurrah for the 3. I don't think I turned my 3DS on ever again after that.
Oh, mine's actually it's not on right now because I had to charge it, but I just slotted in Dragon Quest 7 actually last night.
Classic, yeah.
That
was a summer well spent for me. The 3DS version of Dragon Quest 7 for sure.
I like that it has 3D.
So what did you get when you got your Switch? It was a couple weeks in. What games did you get?
I just got Breath of the Wild.
Oh, you were one of those.
It's all I needed. Are you talking about like that first launch?
Yeah. I mean, right at the beginning.
There's a complicated story of me waiting for Zelda Wii U. A long and lengthy story about that.
Yeah.
And I guess the Cliff's Notes would be that I searched for news on that game every single day for like 4 years. Like I'd sort by most recent. I'd see, is there anything I haven't seen? I watched essentially every video on YouTube covering Zelda Wii U, analysis, speculation, anything. I was absolutely obsessed.
And that led to today, where you want to be the thing that some weirdo obsesses over.
Right now, you think I'm obsessing?
No. I think you want to be the subject of somebody's obsession. Like, dude, they're gonna consume every piece of Nintendo thing, every schmuck talking about Nintendo. They're gonna see it. Like you.
Oh, you're saying I want to be the person that I would have watched back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yes. That's, we're all waiting together, aren't we?